He ruled the greatest empire on earth. He faced war, plague, betrayal, and loss. Yet he became not just a ruler, but a philosopher. His words were not written for others. They were written to survive himself. This is not just the story of Marcus Aurelius. This is what you can learn from him today. Marcus Aurelius was born in Rome in 121 AD. He was adopted by Emperor Antoninus Pius, a path that would make him emperor himself. But his rise was no fairy tale. He faced personal loss, political intrigue, and the burden of responsibility that few could imagine. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. As emperor, he battled Germanic tribes, navigated natural disasters, and endured a plague that killed millions. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Even as ruler of the world, Marcus lived simply. At night, he would write to himself, notes that would become his meditations. He never intended them for fame. They were private lessons for resilience and virtue. Marcus Aurelius embraced Stoicism, the belief that we cannot control events, we can only control how we respond. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. He believed in reason over emotion, duty over desire, action over complaint. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. He accepted hardship not as punishment but as opportunity. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Triumphs maintained stability in a fragile empire, fought back invasions without cruelty, treated enemies with dignity, wrote meditations, a timeless guide for leaders and individuals alike. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Failures and struggles could not stop the plague. His son Commodus, and who succeeded him, became a reckless ruler. Personal grief haunted him. He lost multiple children. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. But he never surrendered to despair. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. Marcus Aurelius is remembered not for conquest, but for character. His Meditations became one of the most influential books in human history, guiding leaders, soldiers, philosophers, and ordinary people for nearly 2,000 years. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do, say, and think. His influence reached modern psychology. Cognitive behavioral therapy draws from Stoicism. Leaders from George Washington to Nelson Mandela. Entrepreneurs, athletes, and everyday people seeking resilience. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Lesson 1. Control your mind. You can't control events, but you can control your response. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Lesson 2. Face hardship as a path, not an obstacle. What stands in the way becomes the way. Lesson 3. Seek virtue, not approval. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Lesson 4. Be present. Life is short. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. Lesson 5. Lead with character. A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. He ruled the most powerful empire, yet he ruled himself first. He faced tragedy, loss, betrayal, yet he chose reason, duty, and virtue. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. His life was not easy. His success was not fame. It was wisdom. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. Marcus Aurelius did not just survive. He taught us how to live. Are you ready to learn? You have power over your mind, not outside events. The impediment to action advances action. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. When you arise in the morning, think of the privilege of being alive. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Loss is nothing else but change. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength. You could leave life right now. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. What stands in the way becomes the way. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act. A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. It is not death that a man should fear, but never beginning to live. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. Reject your sense of injury, and the injury itself disappears. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. Remember that very little is needed to make a happy life. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. Accept whatever comes to you woven in the pattern of your destiny. To love only what happens, what was destined. No man is hurt but by himself. It never ceases to amaze me. We all love ourselves more than other people, but care more about their opinion. Time is a sort of river of passing events. Don't hanker after what you don't have. Dwell on the beauty of life. The words may be ancient, but the lessons still shape us today. If this moved you, imagine what's still ahead. Subscribe for more timeless wisdom from history's greatest minds. New insights every week, right here.